Welcome to the Afternoon of the Notables by the 4th grade at the Village School. It's February 15th, 2022. I am completely surrounded by brilliance in this room. People young, people old, from King Tut, who lived thousands of years ago, to a person who's only 34 years old. And they're all in this room gathered together because they accomplished greatness. Many of them had adversities, problems, oh my goodness, but they learned how to persevere, work hard, get help, and forward themselves through their lives, and have goodness for others as well. We've studied them, we've learned about them. The 4th graders have totally embraced them, and now they're going to portray their greatness today. I'd like to think that maybe in 20, 30, 40 years, one of our 4th graders might have made choices to work hard, to persevere, and to do extremely well in their lives. And maybe some 4th grade somewhere in this world will be studying about one of you, because you've achieved greatness as well. I'll bet none of you, when you were in 4th grade, you famous people, ever thought you'd ever be studied years later. So, without further ado, we're going to start with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And she will read short reports. Their longer reports are on the table for you to see.
Hey there, what's your name? Wait, don't answer that. I think you want to know my name. I'm Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And if you couldn't tell from the gavel and the judge robe, I'm a judge. But not just any judge. I was a justice for the highest court in the country, the United States Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. I was the second woman to be appointed to that court. I was also an activist for women's rights for my entire life. I got rejected from jobs and got paid less, all because I was a woman. Growing up was tough because men were dominant in the field of law. Just because I had a few skirts in my closet, I missed opportunities and employment. In the end, I'm proud I was able to change that bit in our country. I died in 2020 of cancer when I was 87. Thank you.
Hello there, you most likely know me from this jersey, or the fact that it says my last name on the back. But if you don't know, my name's Lionel Messi. I played football, or soccer as you Americans know it, for Barcelona, Spain. But right now, I play for AFA, or the Argentine Football Association, and for Paris Saint-Germain Football Club. Unfortunately, when I was little, I had a disease that stopped me from growing. But luckily, I was a good football player, so Spain took a chance with me and paid my medical bills too. It was life-changing for me because I have had a great career playing football all over the world. I have done very well so far. Thank you.
Hello, I'm a person you may have never heard of, so I'll give you a little hint. I'm a proud Mexican artist, and the name I am most commonly known as starts with an F. Did you guess Frida Kahlo? My nickname, Frida, because that's my name. I'm not sure if you know that one of my paintings is in the Louvre in Paris, France. I was the first Mexican artist of the 20th century to have a painting there. I had a very short life because of several medical issues. My life, though not very long, was quite amazing. Gracias.
Hi, I'm David Americo Ortiz, but you can call me Big Papi. My life is really cool, but it wasn't always. You'll see. I was born in the Dominican Republic. My family was poor. We couldn't even afford a baseball or a baseball bat. When I was 27 years old, my mom died in January 2002 at 46 years old. I have a tattoo of her face. I'm a very famous baseball player. Each time I touch home plate, I point to the sky. I'm saying rest in peace to my mom. I hit 541 home runs and 8 career grand slams at Fenway Park. I have a lot of World Series rings. It's really hard to get them. When we win the World Series, we throw a big party, like a big party. I love baseball. I'm really famous, just so you know. I donate to charity a lot. I love to give back to my fans. I have 3 kids, and my family is the most important thing to me. I just bought a home for $3.5 million, and I have 3 roads named after me and a bridge. I'm retired, and talk on Fox Sports and podcasts. I think my life's been pretty cool. Maybe you'll see me on TV, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks.
Hey y'all, it's me. Who? Oh right, you have no clue who I am, what I did, or anything. I guess I could give you a couple hints. I am the 16th woman to get her pilot's license in the United States, and I flew across the ocean. Do you know who I am yet? You don't? Okay, you're terrible at this game. Anyways, I'm Amelia Earhart. Do you know who I am now? Yes? Okay, good. I was born a long time ago. To be specific, I was born 115 years ago, in 1897. I was the first woman to fly solo from Hawaii to the U.S. mainland. I love myself. Everybody should give self-love. But sadly, on July 2nd, 1937, while making this trip, I disappeared. People think my plane ran out of gas and I crashed near Howland Island in the Pacific Ocean. Everyone thought I was dead, but was I really? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tutankhamun, but people call me Boy King or King Tut. I was born a long time ago in 1343 BC in Egypt. If I was still alive, I'll be 3,365 years old. Well, that's old. When I died, I was 19 years old, and my coffin was in the Valley of the Kings. Then it was found in 1922. Howard Carter found me in my resting place. There were lots of treasures and gold that I was buried with. Does everybody want to hear a quote from me? I really like this one. Do what you have to accomplish. Never give up. Thank you.
You might know me as a girl that survived the Nazi invasion, a person that had a whole life to live, but 2 of those years I had to spend in hiding because of the war. My name is Anne Frank, and while I was in hiding for 2 years, I wrote in my diary every day. In 1944, my family was captured by the Germans and taken to concentration camps. My mom, sister, and I died in the camp. I was 15. My father survived and found my diary. Thank you.
Good job. Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to play a guessing game? Okay, let's play. Here are the clues. I knew Lewis and Clark, and I'm a Native American. Who am I? If you said Sacagawea, you are correct. I was born in May of 1788. My parents' names were Smoke Lodge and Otter Woman. Have you ever seen a dollar coin? You know the woman that's carrying a baby? Well, that's me. I am on the coin because of something I did when I was 15, which went down in history. Thanks to Napoleon Bonaparte over there. He sold the president, Thomas Jefferson, the land in the Louisiana Purchase, and it doubled the size of the United States in 1803. And it was only for 4 cents an acre, thanks Napoleon. Lewis and Clark were assigned to explore the new area, and I was one of their guides. I do believe that I was very helpful because I knew languages of several tribes and helped to get horses for them to use in the mountains. And I saved their journals, too. Maybe if it weren't for me, you would never have heard of the Lewis and Clark expedition that made it to the Pacific Ocean. Thank you.
Oh, hi there. Do you know who I am? I am a founding father of our country. I am also on the $10 bill. That's right. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I was born on January 11th, 1755 in St. Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean. When I was little, my family barely had enough money to get food, but I worked very hard to become successful. I was the first Secretary of the Treasury for the United States of America and helped in freeing America by signing the Declaration of Independence and fighting in the Revolutionary War. Sadly, I was killed in a duel with the Vice President of the United States at the time, Aaron Burr, on the morning of July 11th, 1804, in Weehawken, New Jersey. Thank you.
I was the first person to know so much about chimpanzees. Even though other people have tried studying them, they didn't get far at all. Like, who knew that chimpanzees had thumbs, or they eat meat? Can you guess who I am? I'm Jane Goodall. When I was in my 20s, I studied chimpanzees. I am known for my 60-year study on them in the Gombe Forest in Tanzania. By the way, one of my favorite chimps' name was David Greybeard. When I was 48, I was given a stuffed monkey from a blind magician. I named him Mr. H. The H is for hope. The reason that I named him that is because when I was given him, the magician reminded me of a good spirit. He's been with me at every speech I've made in over 64 countries. On February 19th, 1991, I started a club called Roots and Shoots about saving the environment around. I've also written over 25 books, all about chimpanzees. Thank you.
Hi there. You probably don't know who I am, but you might have a hint from what I am holding. If you don't know, I am Ollie Christensen, the inventor of Legos. I was born on April 7, 1891 in Denmark. I started making wooden toys when I was 6. I also married and had 4 sons. I had some hardships in my life. There was an accidental fire in my workshop and it burned to the ground. Then the Great Depression hit, so no one was buying toys. Then my wife died. I almost gave up, but something told me not to. I also had a saying that only the best is good enough, so I started making wooden toys of the highest quality. When I named my company Lego, I didn't know it meant play well. I got a plastic making machine and started making Legos. It took a while to get to the high quality toy you see today. My son, Godfrey, created an even better system. Sadly, I died before I saw my business grow to what it is today. I was 66 years old and I died of a heart attack. But my Legos live on. Thank you.
Hello, I'm an inventor, writer, and a patriot. I also helped to write the Declaration of Independence. You probably know who I am. I'm Benjamin Franklin. I was born in 1706. When I grew up, my family did not have a lot of money, but from hard work I became wealthy. In my childhood and throughout all of my life, I loved to read. When I was older, I did many science experiments and made many inventions. My most famous discovery was that lightning is made of electricity. In 1776, the American colonies declared independence from England, and I helped write the famous document called the Declaration of Independence. I helped to write the Constitution, too. I died at the old age of 84 in 1790. But although I may be gone, the memory of me lives on. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susan B. Anthony, Susan for short. Anyways, I was a women's rights activist. I helped women get the right to vote. I did this by protesting and giving speeches, like the one I'm giving now. When I was little, I loved school. Something very impressive about me is that I became a teacher when I was 15. Also, I was a Quaker. I was very peaceful and never encouraged violence. Whenever I protested, I usually held a sign, like the one I have now. My first speech was in front of 200 people. When I died, I simply died of old age. Thank you for listening.
Hello, friend. My name is Leonardo Da Vinci. I guess you can call me a genius or a legend, but you may call me Leonardo. I was born in Italy over 600 years ago. My parents were named Sir Piero and Caterina. My father, Sir Piero, taught me everything I needed to know about painting. When I was older, I went to Milan to work for the Duke. He taught me how to be an inventor. With courage from the Duke, I started making a birdmobile. It was like an airplane, but without a motor. I called it Da Vinci's bird. It flew for 6 seconds, then crashed, and I broke my wrist. But now I know more about birds than anyone that lived before me. When I was nearing my later years, I painted the Mona Lisa, which is one of the most famous paintings of all time. The painting is now air-conditioned and protected all day and night in the Louvre Museum in France. I said goodbye to my world in 1519. I'm still a legend to this day. Thank you.
Bonjour. You might be wondering who I am. I am a chemist mostly known for discovering radium, probably one of the most terrifying chemical elements. Still don't know? All right, I'll give you another hint. I also won 2 Nobel Prizes. I was the first woman to ever win one. Well, now I'll tell you who I am. I am Marie Curie. I was born in 1867 in Poland and moved to Paris, France to study chemistry at the Sorbonne University. Together with my husband, Pierre, I helped discover radioactivity, radium, and polonium. My work led to the way for X-rays to help in the medical world. Unfortunately, I died of radium poisoning. Merci beaucoup.
Hello, my name is Helen Keller. Helen Adams Keller by Milo. And I am from Alabama. I will tell you about myself. I was born on June 27th, 1880. I had 4 siblings. My life was easier when I was a baby, but when I was 19 months old, I got very sick and had a high fever and lost my eyesight and hearing, and I also could not talk. When I was 5 to 6 years old, I got a teacher named Anne Sullivan. I went to live with Anne in 1887. Anne used taps on my hand to make letters and words to help me communicate. When I was 19 years old, I went to college. I was the first deaf and blind person to get a DA degree. Anne helped me through this time. After college, I traveled a lot and helped other people with differences. I was a writer and wrote 12 books. I did not get married or did not have any children, but I love dogs. One time I had a dog named
Sir Thomas. There was a play made about my life. It was called The Miracle Worker. I am glad that people were interested in my life. I'm glad I could help people who had differences. I died on June 1st, 1968, and I was 87 years old.
If you build an army of 100 lions, but their leader is a dog, the lions will die like dogs. But if you build an army of 100 dogs, and their leader is a lion, the dogs will fight like lions. That was one of my famous quotes. My name is Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of France. When I was young, I was sent to a military academy in France. I made great military decisions. As you can see on this map, the French Empire was in most of Europe in 1810. I won't get into details, but I fought in a ton of battles and lived a short and happy life. Unfortunately, I was exiled to St. Helena where I died. Merci beaucoup.
Can we please give them another big round of applause?